Okay, what's up, y'all? So, I've been trying to post this video for a very long time, but every time I try to post the video explaining what I'm trying to explain, like it doesn't encompass anything. So, however, this is what I'm going to try to do in this video. I'm explaining what I'm explaining, and then give y'all story times based on what you want to know about what I explain. If you still here, that means you really want to know what I'm talking about. So, I've been having a hard time with my walk. Well, not most recently, but recently, meaning recently within the last week. But prior to that, I was having a hard time, and God reminded me of how long I've been following him. I've been following God literally in faith for 10 years. 10 years of going where he told me to go. Whether it's packing up all my stuff, moving to a different state, putting my things in storage, taking my things out of storage, staying with a friend, flying to another city, staying somewhere locally for a little while. I mean, I literally just did what God told me. And for the longest, people would say, oh, you're a wanderer. Oh, you just curious. Or you must don't want to be married. You must don't want to be kids. I mean, the shit that people literally said to me over these years, y'all, literally made me want to strangle people. Because how dare you? Because you don't know know God the way that I know him. You just assume that I don't want the same things that y'all have because the way that I live my life is different. But I promise, if they would have read that Bible, they would have knew that I was living a life truly led by God. And I was so frustrated with God. I'm like, God, I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of not having what I need. I'm tired of having the bare minimum. I'm tired of having some money to no money. I'm tired of living on the up and up and then, living in the very low place. I'm like, God, I thought we overcome poverty. You said I was going to be rich. You said I was going to be a millionaire. You said I was going to have this huge platform. But over the years, it has been looking like every time I get to a level of like rhythm, flow, or success, like it get yanked from me. And just imagine doing that. And you like, but this is where you sent me. This is where you called me. Like you told me to come here. You told me to live here. And then all hell break loose. And constantly having to start over. Which I'm a person, I like change. I don't like doing the same thing over and over. I do like meeting new people, but when the trials get harder, the journey gets to a place where God don't explain stuff to you, you just gotta do it, and then when you get there, you'll find out. And like trying to explain these emotions to people has not been the easiest at all. And sometimes I just don't. I just be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, like woo woo. So nobody truly understands the pressure. And people, they'll say, oh, I'm a faith walker or God called me to faith, but they have family. They have husbands or they have wives or they have children. They have somebody, right? Or their cousin went with them. No, that wasn't the case for me. I went by myself. Every chance, every opportunity, I was going by myself. It wasn't, I can bring somebody along with me. And I wouldn't even know who dared would want to go. So I was reminded that it's been 10 years of hearing the voice of God. I was reminded that it's been 10 years that I have not been on this journey alone. God has been with me every step of the way. I have been reminded that everywhere he called me to, he made provision, whether the provision looked like how I wanted it to or not. I was reminded that every time that he called me somewhere, my faith got stronger. I was reminded every time he called me somewhere, I was protected. You know, everywhere he called me somewhere, my dependence on him became stronger because I couldn't depend on nobody else. I couldn't look to nobody else because I'm the blueprint. I was literally the walking blueprint, the trailblazer, the forerunner this entire time. And nobody understands the weight of that calling, the weight of the journey. Literally, I feel like, but Jesus, I see myself carrying my cross. Pick up your cross and die daily. God carried the weight of the world. Jesus carried the weight of the world on his back, the future on his back when he was going to that cross. And like the weight has been so unbearable. And people are like, oh my God, God, I can't do this. You said you give your strongest battles to your strongest people. Those feelings are very valid. But what do you do when you can't go back? What do you do when all you know is to move forward? What do you do when all you know is to persevere and to be resilient and to surrender again and say yes again and cry through it again and then mount up again and be in the valley low again and then try to fight your way up again? It is a struggle. But I have so many memories of my journey. And now looking back, I know why God made me take the pictures. I know why God made me take the videos. I know it all makes sense now, because this very moment was coming when he knew that I would get tired. He knew that I would be stressed. He knew that I would be frustrated. And I had to have memories to look back to say, look at all he has done for me. Look at the very things he brought me through and brought me out of. And to be able to show y'all, like, I've been doing this. And if I can do it, you can do it. So I have pictures from literally 2015 all the way to now of pictures of my storage, pictures of me living in different people's houses, having rooms in people's houses. You're gonna see me like in different people's cribs, but it's crazy because everywhere God called the prophets of God, he provided for them. He made provisions for them. Jesus never had a house. From my understanding and my readings, Elijah, Elisha, Joseph, they always sat in somebody else's house and provided provision and used their talents and their gifts while it was in those tight spots. It never was easy because they was always feeling used but never replenished until until there was a time, until there was a day for that set appointed time for God to give them double for their trouble, to honor them for remaining faithful, to being obedient, to withstanding the test and trials, you know? And I feel like I'm on the brink of that moment of the bursting through, of the unveiling, of the shining, and being truly who God has called me to be, which is Lenore the Light. But I say all this to say the journey has not been easy. People have fallen off. People have given up on me. I've had haters. I have had people who wanted to say, oh, I wanted to walk like you. I wanted to have faith like you, but then turn around and talked about me to other people, you know, and it was hurtful. But what can I do about it? Keep going and keep going now, because God sees all and he knows all. And I don't care about what's behind. I care about what's in front of me. But I said all this to say, y'all, like, following Christ ain't easy. It ain't for the weak. Because if it was, everybody would do it. And you see, there's still trillions and billions of people all around the world who have not chosen to follow Christ, or they chose to follow him and then backslid, or said turn to a different religion, became atheists or whatever, because the weight of the calling was so heavy, you know, or whatever other reasons it was. So if you made it to the end of this video, I pray it inspire you. If you want story times of when I lived in Lancaster, New York, Hollywood, Chicago, like all the places that God called me to, I do not mind sharing those photos with y'all to be an inspiration to keep following God no matter what.